Hey guys, Mythos Gamer, welcome back for turn number 10. As usual, before we get started, we're going to take a quick look at Arkham and see what's going on. Starting in the downtown area, we have a sealed gate, Independence Square, along with Patrice. Moving over to Easttown, we have a clue token at Hibbs Roadhouse. Nothing going on in our north side area. In the Merchant District, we have a clue token at the Unnameable. There's a lot going on over in Rivertown. Our general store is closed. We have a gate to Relay being guarded by the Ghost at the Black Cave. Then at the Graveyard, we have a goat to the City of the Great Race with Agnes and an Explorer token. Down into the French Hill, we have a sealed gate at the Silver Twilight Lodge. We also have a sealed gate at the Witch House. There's also a clue token there, and two monsters, a Warlock and a Dark Young. At the Miskatonic University, there is a gate to the Dreamlands at the Science Building, and our investigator Hank. In the Uptown area, we have a sealed gate at the Woods. And in our last area, south side, we have Ma's Boarding House, which is closed. There is currently one monster in the sky, the Wraith, and two monsters in the outskirts. Our terror track is at 3. We have one investigator in another world, that is Daisy, and she is delayed in Relay. And our Ancient One has 11 tokens on his Doom track. One more and he wakes up. Alright, now we've got that out of the way, we're going to pass our first player marker from Hank over to Daisy and move on to our Upkeep phase. Just like the last few turns, we're going to roll for our blessing for both Hank and Daisy. First we're going to roll for Hank. He gets to keep his blessing. And now we're going to roll for Daisy. She also gets to keep her blessing. Next, because Daisy is in another world, she's going to lose 1 sanity from her xenophobia. This will put her down to 4 sanity. And that is all we're doing for Upkeep this turn. So we move on to our movement phase. Because Daisy was delayed last turn, she will ready this turn and stay in the first area of Relay. Our next investigator, Patrice, has a speed of 4. So she's going to go after some more clue tokens. She's going to go from Independence Square down to the street area. Next, she's going to leave downtown and head into Easttown. And she'll end her movement at Hibbs Roadhouse, collecting a clue token. This will bring her up to 7 clue tokens. Our third investigator, Agnes, is going to stay at the Graveyard. Because she has an explored marker from coming back early last turn, she's going to attempt to close and seal the gate during the Arkham Encounters phase. And our last investigator is Hank at the Science Building. Normally you would think we would want to go through that gate to the Dreamlands again, but we got a great suggestion from DSR15 in our last video. He has that Elder Sign, and because he got pulled back into Arkham, he's going to try to run over to Agnes and give it to her. So because he has a speed of 5, he's going to move from the Science Building to the street area, up to the Merchant District, then from the Merchant District over to the Rivertown streets, and finally over to the Graveyard with Agnes. And now, because they are both at the Graveyard, Hank is going to give his Elder Sign to Agnes. We kind of lucked out the way it worked out for us this turn. Hank, because he passed off his first player marker, he's going last. And in order for this to work, he has to go after Agnes. He still could have done it if he would have gone before Agnes. The difference is, before she would have a chance to use the Elder Sign, he would get pulled through the gate. And then once she closed it, he would be lost in time and space. And because of Yog-Sothoth's ability, any investigator that gets lost in time and space is automatically devoured. So that would not have been good, but I think even if that was the case, at this point we would still do it just because we want to use our Elder Sign to remove a Doom token from the Doom track. Alright, that is it for our movement phase. So moving on to our Arkham Encounters phase. First we have Patrice at Hibbs Roadhouse, so we'll draw an encounter card. A stranger buys you a drink. You may search the common item deck for a whiskey card and take it. Awesome. Here is Patrice's bottle of whiskey. During any phase you can discard it to reduce sanity loss by 1. Basically the same thing as food, just affects your sanity instead of your stamina. Next it is Agnes's turn, and I'll give you one guess what we're going to do. We're going to use her Elder Sign. When sealing a gate, lose 1 stamina and 1 sanity and return this card to the box. You do not need to make a skill check or spend any clue tokens to seal the gate. In addition, remove 1 Doom token from the Ancient One's Doom track. Alright, we're going to remove 1 sanity, 1 stamina. This will bring her down to 2 sanity and 4 stamina. Then we're going to seal our gate. And most importantly, we're going to remove a Doom token from our Doom track. Again, great job to DSR-15 for catching that. I was so caught up in Hank being pulled out of the other world, I didn't even notice that it actually created a good opportunity for us. So again, great job DSR-15. Also, Agnes will gain another gate trophy. This is her only gate trophy and she has no monster trophies. Normally we would remove any triangle monsters, but of course there are none on the board. And then we still have our last investigator in Arkham, Hank, who will draw an encounter card. Carefully stepping inside a mausoleum, you are horrified to hear the door slam shut behind you, locking you in with the corpses and coffins. All night you remain trapped, jumping at every soft scratching sound and low moan of the wind. Stay here next turn. In addition, you must pass a Will -1 check or search the Madness deck for a Necrophobia card and take it. Hank has a Will of 0 because he has a 6 Scold ability, so we weren't counting on making very many Will checks. So I guess we're searching for the Necrophobia card. Hank now has the Necrophobia card. Undead monsters have Nightmarish 1 against you, and during your upkeep, you lose 1 sanity if you are at the graveyard. Alright, that is it for our Arkham Encounters phase. Things are looking pretty good. We got our 5th gate sealed, and we were able to take a Doom token off the Doom track. So we'll move on to our Otherworld encounter phase. We have Daisy and Relay, so we need a red or yellow Otherworld encounter card. Okay, we drew a yellow one, and Relay is on there. The bottled green stone that the city is carved from seems to whisper to you of the vastness of space and the horror of the things that live therein. Lose 1 sanity. That could be worse. That will bring Daisy from 4 sanity down to 3. Alright, now moving on to our Mythos phase. Okay, it says that we are having a gate and a monster appear at the woods. The good news is, we already sealed a gate at the woods. And the bad news is that it's colored in red, which means we're having a gate burst. When you have a gate burst, you remove the Elder Sign token from that location, placing a new gate and a monster. The good side of it is there's not a Doom token placed on the Doom track, but we had 5 gates sealed, now we're back down to 4. Our new gate that's going to be at the woods is to the Dreamlands. And our new monster is going to be a witch. She has -1 to sneak checks. She does not require a horror check. She gives -3 to her combat check, doing 2 stamina damage, has 1 toughness, and magical resistance. Next, we will have clues appear at the Historical Society and the newspaper. Next is our monster movement. We have no cross monsters on the board. We do have a moon monster as our Wraith in the sky. Normally, the Wraith would move anyway, because whenever you have a gate burst, all flying monsters move. But we currently have no investigators in these street areas, so the Wraith is going to stay in the sky. And finally, we have our headline, Black Sabbath. All rat things, witches, and warlocks in Arkham are returned to the cup. If at least one monster returns to the cup, raise the terror level by 1. Wow. We just drew a witch on our gate burst. Say goodbye to the witch. And because our terror level went up by 1, the king in yellow will activate. We have to place a yellow sign marker on either the terror track or on our Ancient One's doom track. Yeah, we're definitely going to be placing it on our terror track, unfortunately. Our doom track is now up to 4. First, we need to remove an ally from our ally deck. We are losing Ryan Dean. And because we placed a yellow sign token on our terror track, we have to draw another blight card. And we drew Miriam Beecher. The sanity cost of all spells is increased by 1. That hurts us pretty bad. We have 3 spellcasters in our group. Alright guys, that is the end of our turn. It started off pretty good, as usual. We closed and sealed our 5th gate, was able to remove a doom token from the doom track, but then we hit the Mythos Phase again and had a gate burst, lost one of our sealed gates, and our terror track went up even more. That's okay though, we still have a chance. We have 2 chances before the doom track fills up, and we have Daisy already in a gate, and there are 2 gates to the Dreamlands in Arkham right now that have no monsters around them. So hopefully next turn we get an investigator over to each of them. Maybe we can get these gates closed and sealed before the Ancient One wakes up. Thanks for watching guys, and I will see you guys next turn.